imaging and its scope. And normally we know that there are the modalities, multi-modalities are there, like CT scan, MRI, the PET CT, and so basically we have to be understand what is the difference between the molecular imaging, that's CT, X-ray, MRI, and what is the difference between the emission imaging. So there are two modalities are there. One is the transmission imaging and another one is the emission imaging. In the transmission imaging, the X-ray, the CT, the MRI is there, and the emission imaging there is nuclear medicine, the PET. Uh, It's my voice. Are you able to listen my voice? I'm clear to you, or how it is? Please let me know. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to listen to me? It means my voice is clear.
Yes. Your voice is clear, sir. Please.
Okay, because it's not look like that. My voice is clear for me itself.
No, it's clear. Please.
Okay, fine. So, just we just want to try to know that why multimodality have to be come into the picture. We require anatomical imaging, and at the same time, we require the physiological information of also. So normally, when we are taking the CT scan, we will take the anatomical imaging. We will not have the physiological side of that. So we require another modality. Might be it should be PET or it should be nuclear medicine study. So if we combine the anatomical studies with the physiological study, then we get the hybrid image that will be either a SPECT CT image or either it will be the PET CT image. So already our colleague Dhananjay Singh, he explained all the things about the around the nuclear medicine, about the PET-MR, or so he's in the so elaborated explaining all the things. So I don't want to explain the same thing again, but I just let you know there are difference between the planar imaging, the SPECT. So this is normally the camera look-alike for the SPECT CT scanner, on which you can do the CT also, and the SPECT, that is the nuclear medicine imaging. And this is that the physics behind the SPECT imaging. Normally, we will inject the medicine called radionuclide to the patient, and there is the emission of the gamma rays, and that will be detected by the gamma scanner. And this is the whole gamma scanner. And this is followed back by the photomultiplier tubes. And The last one is that the electronic component which will be changed into the signal and which will after then form the images of that scan, the part of the area which we are taking. And this is just a Fujit animation already explained. And this is the normal, the PET CT scanner look alike. It is just look like the CT scanner. In the front beginning, there is a CT, and in the back side, there is that the PET scanner. So why really it is required? The multimodality is required. Look, when really we are going to think about the PET side, we are not sure where the anatomy lie down in the background. So we have to be make sure it have to be certain thing the anatomical image should be there on the background of the pet. Then we are make certain that and we can make notice that okay, this is the area of the uptake or the hot spot is there, and we can correlate with the anatomical imaging to find out where really the lesions are there and the characteristic of that lesion. You come to know that, and if you present that thing to on the clinicians or the doctors, and that makes them very easy to take the decision what they are going to be follow for the patient treatment. So there must have to be the things we have to be do the multimodality fusions. If you are, I just want to be show you another things. One applications are so in the first row there is a pet image, and another row there is a city image, and third is there is a MRI, and there then we get the fusion. That is the PET city fusion, and another thing is the PET MR fusion is also. So single is can get into the fusion. So this really helps the multimodality really helps the things to be work out very easily when we know that the MR has a better resolution, but we really require some physiological information, information. So we require the PET, and I just make it bigger. Are you able to see the another screen? That fusion of
Only single screen is visible.
yeah, single screen, single image. Are you able to see that? This is the
No, not single image. A lot of images are there.
uh, might be take some time to just refresh some. Uh, right now, are you able to see one? I just single transverse image with MR fused with that pet.
No, there is the image format actually. There are 15 images are there.
Okay. So my just my I just want to tell you that why we require the different modality. CD will give different information. MRI will be give the different information, and the PET will be give the different information. So we really have to be have something like that, it should be either with the hardware or it should be either by the software. There have to be some option where we can fuse two different modality imaging. Even I just want to tell you, even the ultrasound, what we are doing there, if we take the volume of the ultrasound, that can be fused with the PET CT also. We have used that things to get the better result. So like that, I will just try to see you the another one applications. In that applications, I just expect see application side. I think it will take some to see screen might be if you just audible with the spec image of the knee, the fusion is required. Means why different modality scanning are required. Every modality has a, its own advantage. Even X-ray has a own advantage. The X-ray of the even CT has its own advantage. So every modality has a different advantage, and it will give the different information. So I just want to tell that have to we have certain things which called hybrid imaging, and there have to be have the market that the solution have to be there. Even a small center which doesn't process the MRI, and if their only CT scanner is there, so they can at least fuse the MRI and CT along with that, or MRI with the PET, or MRI with the nuclear medicine. So there are solutions available in the things, and there are certain companies like G, Siemens, Philips. There are different software called multimodality registration. G will be tell as a integrated registration. So ideally, even you can download from the net also to your laptop different softwares, and you can see your imaging things. You can load your imaging on your laptop, and you can see how the things work. So I think uh, I think really required the this is a time and this is an era where we require the multimodality, and it should be a small center also which when they are not having, they are just having the CT scan. So might be they can fuse that CT scan with the nuclear medicine scan, which is normally in the big centers they are having it. So there have to be have certain way, and I think everyone have to be have to access to give more information to the clinician and to the even for the technical research. It must be required that if we have multimodality fusions or hybrid fusions or different fusions with the different modalities, so I just think we must require the hybrid fusion or anything which will be leads to become more easy for the person and more easy to represent it. Either it is by the software, either it is by the hardware. So I will not take more of your time. So I am finished now here. If anything, if you want to know that, just please ask me. And if